Hey, what's up? Killgruz here. Today I wanted to show you guys a few of my Super Mario Maker stages, and hopefully get you guys to share some of yours. Mario Maker was such a fantastic game that I keep going back to. Seriously, one of my, if not favorite game of 2015. 2015, jeez. It's almost 2 years old at this point. Nuts. So my levels aren't anything really special. Well, they're special to me because I made them. But the overwhelming majority of Mario Maker players seem to create levels that use the game pieces to create different, sometimes unique experiences. But most of the time it's just some gimmick. While that is cool and all, there's only so many auto levels I can play before that gets old. The way I usually make levels is to create something that probably could have been made in the original games. Personally, my levels tend to be more difficult. Not difficult in the unfair, super expert mode or anything. But my levels do take skill to get through. Not many have passed some of them either. Usually only a couple of people. Anyways, I'll leave links to all the levels in the description, so you can try them out if you'd like. And now, let's get into it. The first level I wanted to show you is one that I made early on. This one was called Intermediate Trouble. I intended this level to be pretty easy, but hard enough to make you play it a few times before you get through it. It starts with this small jump here, then a mushroom here, though you'll have to avoid the falling Goombas to grab it. Moving on a bit, there's a low pipe over this jump that'll be in the way if you're big. Then we hop over these Goomba spawning pipes, and then these piranha plant pipes. Then we have another tricky jump, and we're done after that. Like I said, it's a pretty easy stage, but with a 12% completion rate, I think this might actually be challenging for some people. Try and beat the 24-second world record. Next, we have a stage I called the Frozen Zone. As you might have figured, it's a pure ice block stage. So to start this one, you have to take a long jump to grab the question block. Inside, there's a Meta Knight character. Just thought he kind of looked cool. Then we hop up these ledges and over these spikes. Jumping a lot kind of helps here since it's so slippery. Then kind of a tricky jump here. Then I made some frozen mushroom platforms to trip you up, and a frozen staircase. Then you go into your igloo. Haha. The Frozen Zone has only a 16% clear rate and a 30-second world record. The next level I created was called Tough Path, and this is where I started to make them a bit more challenging. This is a super short level, and something that could probably be made in the original Super Mario game engine. I don't want to give you the solution to this level, but I'll take you through some of it. We start out here and avoid these Goombas falling down, then jump up these platforms and into the path. This is where you'll usually die if you can't figure out how to do this. After that though, it's not so bad. Jump past these pipes, watch out for the piranha plant and the turtle spawning pipe, and you're home free. Again, not too hard, and I definitely don't understand the 2.26% clear rate. The world record on this one is 8 seconds. Dang, that's fast. So after Tough Path, I got a little sad that people couldn't beat my levels. I get practically no stars on my levels. And I was thinking it's probably because they're not gimmicky and they may be too hard. So as a test, I created this next level called Easily Mastered. The name doesn't lie. This level's easy. I designed this one so you don't even have to run to beat it. You can walk through this whole level if you wanna. So to start out here, we have a couple of Koopas you've got to bounce on. Then you've got all these guys bouncing around. We step down here and there's a couple easy jumps. Some pipes, and you're done. Easy. Just as I suspected, I got the most stars on this level with 7 stars. It's got a clear rate of 24% and a world record of 8 seconds. So after I created Easily Mastered, I got sad. I thought, what's even the point of making these if no one can even beat them? Must be a bunch of kids or noobs playing this game. So I just kind of messed around with this next level and tried to mix some things together. This one I called Super Journey, as it kind of is a journey getting through it. So we start off here and get the shoe, so we can take on the next part. We can't get through this next area without a shoe. So then we go up this vine, and we are breaking Mario rules here, but we go left. A little cannon that gets in the way, and we ride the platform. Oops. So then we go down the pipe and into the second part of the level. Here we have some slippery platforms, then a little ride we take and try to avoid the piranhas. Then we go down the pipe, try to stay on these platforms, and we're there. The journey is over now. So again, pretty easy, though this one has a lot of plays, for me anyways, and only a 15% clear rate. The world record here is 46 seconds. So before I started making my levels easier for people, I made these last 2 levels that I'll show you. These are what I consider the most difficult levels that I've created, and they take a lot of pure skill to get through. This first one is called Dungeon of Doom, and nobody but me has beat this level yet. I ran through it on my wife's account when I was showing it to her, but yeah, it's pretty tough. Let me take you through it. It starts off where you gotta jump down here by the lava and watch out for this pipe dripping flames. Grabbing this mushroom is a good idea. Next, the way I do this is by waiting for the second bullet bill to shoot, and then I just kinda go for it. Next, we bounce up these ledges, and once you're up top, you need to hurry and get down these stairs, because these beetle shells will most likely get you. Now we jump up here and hop along these fire bar blocks, and you just gotta jump over the fire bars if they get in your way. I can see this being tricky for people, but I'm pretty good at it. Then we gotta send this turtle down the tunnel. We gotta make sure to be small at this point though, to fit through the tunnel after the shell clears it out. When you're at this point, you really gotta watch out for that Bowser fire. They can trap you easily, so you might need to backtrack in the tunnel to get away from it. So after the tunnel is the part that I find the most difficult. Here you've got to avoid a ton of different fire obstacles and hop across the platforms. This took me a few tries to do to even capture footage of it. It's freaking tough, dude. But after you finish this last part, you can hit the axe and finish the level. Like I said, this stage has a 0% completion rate. Hopefully one of you guys can manage to change that. My record for this stage was 1 minute and 29 seconds. And for my final stage I wanted to show you, we have the absolute hardest level, in my opinion, that I've created. This one really gets me. It's a sequel to my earlier stage, Tough Path. This one's Tough Path 2. Tough Path 2 starts out pretty easy. We hop over here and grab the power up in this stage. And be careful not to hit this block or it'll spawn a giant hammer bro. After this little area, we come to a bouncing obstacle. This can be a bit frustrating until you get it down. I can almost do this one every time now. Try to get on this lower block and use it to bounce across. Watch out for the Koopa on the other side though. So then we come to these floating platforms. The pipes above these drop bombs, so watch out for them. Make your way across these platforms until you get to the wall. Now you'll have to go back a little bit to the last pipe that dropped the bomb. This part is super tricky and it's probably the hardest part of the level. You've got to grab the bomb and hop across the platforms and throw it into the wall to break it up. Man, recording this footage took so long because it's so difficult. The best tip I can give you here is to wait for the bomb platform to start moving away before you jump across to the next platform. That way the last platform will be moving towards the wall and make it easier to land the bomb next to the wall. Any way you do it though, it's freaking hard and it really is a challenge. So after you get past the wall, there are 2 paths you can take. The easy way is up and the true tough path is down. I couldn't do it. It is possible and I have done it in the past. I spent an hour trying to get the footage of the tough path and just couldn't do it. I got really close but just couldn't get past the final obstacle. That's why I consider this to be the most difficult level that I've made. So going through the tough path, you've got to jump past these single block platforms. Then you've got another wall to break up with bombs. This one isn't as difficult as the last, but still can be tricky if you concentrate too much on the wall and run into the bombs that are coming out of the pipe. After breaking through the wall, you've got a bunch of tricky jumping turtles to get past. These guys are way harder than you'd think. They kind of overwhelm you a bit. So once you get up here, you gotta hop on one of the turtles and send its shell down the path below. You still gotta watch out for the turtles though, so you can't really take the time to watch all the piranha plants get tore up by the shell. So then send a shell down the path below to take out the turtles. This is where I messed up here. Do not hit the bombs and blow up that block. You'll need to grab the bombs and throw them up on the platform and break those bricks to release the Koopa Troopas. Then you'll take the shell and throw it down the path below so it hits that block, and that causes a vine to grow so you can climb up out of there. Like I said, I tried for over an hour to do this with no luck. It's freaking tough. I did, however, pass the stage using the easy path up top. This one you just gotta jump across the blocks. Try not to hit the note blocks because they'll probably mess you up. Then run down the stairs and don't stop. You'll hit the ending and that's that. It's a very difficult level with a 1.75% clear rate. Someone actually beat it. And a 1 minute 30-second world record. So that's it. Those are my levels. I would really like it if you go out and give them a shot if you're able to. I've added the links to them in the description, my maker profile, level IDs, and bookmarks, so you should be able to easily find them. I'm the Gruz on Nintendo's online thing. I also want to check out some of your guys' levels. Does anyone play Mario Maker anymore? If you do have some cool levels, leave a comment with your level ID numbers or bookmarks. I'm sure there's a ton of people, including myself, that would love to play your levels. Seriously, post your levels. Post them. Post them. Post your levels. Post your levels. Post your levels. Post your levels. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. And remember, don't take a ride with aliens. They'll zap your brains. Aliens!